Your house is probably the best house to have a party at because it never gets popped off. Even when we're in the backyard, even when we're in the
bit walking down the alley. Next thing you know, we're at McDonald's and we don't even realize it. Bam! Right there.
Damn right.
Ready, that's all we need.
Oh shit, okay. I moved it. You good?
That's definitely going in Mando. Definitely. You know, episode 2. Mando. And today we got Zach.
Zach Khaya, Assyrian Assassin, whatever you want to call me, you know?
The Assyrian Assassin. I mean, you do martial arts, right?
Yeah.
I've been peeking. Jiu-jitsu or?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, yeah.
Right, yeah, that shit's raw.
Yeah.
So I guess you know about like Eddie Bravo and right?
Yeah, Eddie Bravo's good, but he's just like a coach now, you know? There's like other top competitors in the world, you know? There's really good ones.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Alright, for sure, man. Thank you. Pleasure's all mine. Thank you.
Yeah, what's his name? Gracie. He's like the main guy.
There's like guys like Gordon Ryan now, Nicky Ryan, all these good guys now. It's like a different type of game now, you know, but I'm just a blue belt. I used to compete at 185, and now I'm a heavyweight. I'm actually a heavyweight now, 220 plus.
So what's 185?
185 is like a light. It's like a, there's no really, I don't know what it is under IBJJF, which is like International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Rules Federation, but it's kind of like middleweight. In the UFC it'd be like a middleweight in like MMA. Okay. But now I compete at heavyweight. I jumped 40 pounds since last year, so you know.
Straight up muscle or what?
Fat and muscle, but I've been doing well, you know. I've only lost once at heavyweight, so shit.
I mean, what's that like for real? Like, what are the rules in jiu-jitsu?
Alright, rules is
because it's not like we're gonna.
No, there's no strikes, obviously.
Submission,
unless you do like combat jitsu, there's where you can like do strikes and stuff. Like, there's no striking. You know, you can't hit, you can't really elbow. I mean, you could get away with like putting a forearm in someone's face or something small like that. Let me get a little bit of that right quick. But like, if you pass guard, which is like going past someone's legs, that's like 3 points. They basically make a system of points depending on what advantages and position you're in. But yeah, I mean, me being a heavyweight is better. It's not my thing, but
you don't mind if I...
Yeah, bro. Do your thing, man.
My bad, I didn't mean to like pressure you, know?
No, you're good, bro. Everybody knows me. But yeah, I mean, I like it at heavyweight. I don't gotta cut weight. I've been doing better. But for all you guys that weren't here, you know, I broke this shit. I broke this shit like a couple minutes ago. I broke it like a couple minutes ago.
Boom. It's funny because we were just talking about the house parties that I had here, and
yeah.
I don't know if were you here when somebody else also broke a big ass black light I had. I had it hanging big ass fuck. It looked like a commercial shit, and you just put a black light over.
When someone threw it all over the couch.
Yeah, it was that day.
Same day.
It was that day. It was that fucking day. You remember watching it?
Which one?
The dude throwing up in the couch?
Yeah, dude, I was like,
I
matrixed that shit. I just remember someone sitting there, and I'm sitting there next to them. I'm standing next to the couch, and there's the beer pong table's like right there, and they're, you know, whatever, whatever, and all I hear is bleh. And I was like, oh shit, and I jumped out the way like...
Bro, and there was like loud ass music playing. So
hell yeah, bro.
That shit?
I heard it. I was like, my sixth sense just kicked in. I was like, whoop. I swear, I like dodged it like a tackle in football, man, and then I just saw it. And at first I thought it was like a drink, because, you know, it's kind of, the room's kind of dark, and you had the lights going on, not like this, like now, but like you had like the blue lights and everything.
Yeah.
And then I saw it was throw up, and I was like, oh my god.
Bro, I remember I had to clean. I was in the room, right? I was in the room with a bunch of people, because we were hotboxing in here. And one of my cousins that was also here, she comes in running. We open the door like, yo, what's up? Like, she's like, Mando, somebody just threw up in the fucking couch.
Yeah.
I'm like, I go out there. Bro, chunks everywhere. It was like pouring. It was like still dripping. It was still dripping.
It was nasty.
I'm not gonna forget, I think he ate chicken. It looked like pieces of chicken.
Oh, chicken or beef. It was grounded up after that though, for sure.
Yeah.
But... Oh man, but I'll tell you one thing though, your house is probably the best house to have a party at because it never gets popped off. Even when we're in the backyard,
You remember that?
Bro, how do I not remember? Bro, even when you were in the backyard, bro, we would be out there till 3 in the morning. Like, you can't even have like a house party till 12, bro.
Right.
Like, people get popped off. You're at your own house at 3 in the morning having a party, and the cops just don't give a shit.
A bunch of people.
Hell yeah, we're like blasting music, drinking,
ratchet shit,
ratchet shit, being belligerent, going to the front to throw up. Man, it's just crazy, bro. So how have you been, man? School?
Yeah, I've been good. I mean, taking it back to like since I last seen you, bro. What was it, like October, right? I want to say like around Halloween, right?
We were were like on California over there, a house party on California.
Yeah. Was it California?
Yeah, it was on Cali and like Cali and Fargo, something like that.
Fargo, that's the street right there. Yeah. That little house party, I remember seeing you and shit. I mean, what was I on then? I don't know. I think I was barely like, I finished getting on the school shit. And I barely got a certificate and all that. You know how that goes. I'm trying to get into union though.
For like, what do you do?
For HVAC. So right now I'm working for a home restoration company, like disaster. So like, let's say your house fucking burns up and shit. Insurance, okay. The insurance costs a company to come and take down the drywall and you know, all that cool shit.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much work, bro. It's
work. Dude. I know someone that does that. It's crazy.
But overall, I like it because, you know, it's just a grind, just keeping me busy.
No, it's always fun, you know? I mean, when you keep yourself busy, it's always fun, you know?
Yeah. But, you know, right now I just started this thing right here. You know, I've always wanted to do something like this. Like, you know, just record something, or, you know, document shit, right?
Yeah, I've seen your Snapchats, man. You have, like, the funniest Snapchats of the year on it.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? This guy has some pretty good, you know, editing in his videos, so...
Yeah, you know, I was experimenting and shit, you know?
Glad you can
see it. Glad you've seen it.
Mm-hmm. Now, HVAC's good money, man.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's really good money, honestly. You know, keep going. Let me get a little bit of that right quick. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. That's why, you know, that's my thing, you know, we have a little...
you know, we don't like to sit here and shoot shots and chase it. Mm-hmm. You know, we want to mix it because, you know, we're here, we're enjoying ourselves, you know, we're talking about cool shit, we're enjoying ourselves, you know. So, did you ever play sports in high school?
Just like recreationally, really, just like fucking around, right? Not no competitive.
You were more like arts, more into like the arts and shit?
What do you mean?
Like arts, like acting and all that other shit. Oh, someone just asked me. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's...
What was I more into in school? I don't know, I guess mostly socializing. And we had this workshop, auto body repair.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, like fixing fenders, repainting the cars, all that shit. Not the mechanical, but mostly.
Oh, yeah, like the cosmetic.
Yeah, exactly.
Cosmetic. Yeah.
So that was the thing that kind of got my attention. And, I mean, sports-wise, like you were saying, I did tryouts for volleyball in junior year and didn't make the team.
Oh, okay. It happens, you know?
That's because I stopped going and then I just seen like all the big athletes, the dudes that play every sport, you know how every high school has like the people that,
like the group of people that play every sport and they like dominate every sport.
Right,
exactly.
Doing
by senior year, you're not getting on the team because they already had those for 3 years, fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so that didn't really work out the way, you know, volleyball, you know.
You're gonna make one hell of a podcast, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's the plan. At least that's the long-term goal here. You know, at least I make it simple. You know, I want to just have this like cool memories.
Yeah,
cool
of course.
You know? Let's start there. When I want to have some cool memories when we're 60, 40.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine the future I was gonna be? We're gonna have virtual realities shit.
Dude, you know what's the craziest thing? Like, now we could watch it on like a TV. Because think about it, years ago you had to put it on a VCR and you put it in the TV, right?
Right.
Now, you can just wire that into the TV, you can basically watch yourself. Soon,
that's crazy.
I swear, on some crazy shit, soon is gonna be a fucking camera, it's gonna point to the table and
like a hologram,
bro.
Yeah, right?
See? Shit.
Thinking this. Hologram and shit.
It's all about innovation, that's like what Elon and all them do. Like innovative shit, you know?
Elon Musk. I'm sure he's like the fucking our Iron Man, basically our little.
Basically, our little Tony Stark, man. Right. He's a beast. You know, just it's always crazy because you always like wonder what runs through a guy's mind like that because you know he's shit. You know, he comes up with all these things.
Right. It's like, and he's an engineer, I think.
Yeah.
To put it to the basic form, he's like an engineer, but you know, he started PayPal.
Yeah, he's good.
And he builds fucking rocket ships.
Like even besides all that, like there's like a guy like Steve Jobs too, who like is like a college like drop in if you want to call it, or drop out, drop in, whatever.
Yeah.
But the guy just had a vision.
They do their own thing.
They do their own thing and they just keep going. You know, they have their own vision. I mean, dude got kicked out of his own company.
Yeah, because Apple wasn't even that big when it first started at all. Like, it was failing at some point.
And at one point, he had to get like. I think, don't quote me on this, but it's like stocks shared people in it, and then they kicked him out of his own company. He had like a whole board, and then eventually he was like, you know what?
They like bought him out or something.
Yeah,
shit
and
like
then
that, right?
Eventually, I think they were like failing, and then he said, you know what? I want to go back to my own company, but I want to be head of my own company, and how he should have been, you know? If dude was, I mean, they have a bunch of ideas for the future, and they really, you know,
right. They changed the whole game up. You know,
yeah.
They changed their own game up in their own thing.
Hell yeah.
You know, we gotta change the game up for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to one thing that you said. You said you were into like the body work, right? Do you like the cosmetics and shit of that?
Because I actually wanted to take HVAC in high school and all that, but it was such a hard. You had to get good grades and all, like such a hard class to get into because it was like serious and all. It was
like a selective class, right?
It was like government, like the government, the CPS would get special money from like little organizations.
Okay, yeah.
To just have that shop have the best equipment, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they call them sponsors or whatever.
Yeah, like kind of like yeah. Exactly.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like for example,
you get to qualify. You can't just be like no dummy, you know.
Yeah, the teacher would fucking pick out like he would literally interview you. He was the only teacher that interview you for funny story. Well, not so funny, but that teacher actually ended up being a fucking he got caught a case for child molesting shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, something about he Well, this is just like first off, he went to jail. This dude went to jail, so he has a mugshot that says child, some shit. But something about him getting a 17-year-old pregnant or some shit like that. Right? Like that shit's crazy.
That's crazy.
But that was the fucking HVAC teacher.
He was the one fixing fucking heaters and shit.
That's the fucking, you know, my freshman year, you get to pick that class, the selectives class, the workshops, for the next 3 years. That was one of the classes that I didn't get in, so I got into auto body. But like, yeah, the second year, that's when that shit happened with that teacher. Or actually the third year, so by the time I was a junior, that shit, the sheriffs came in, got him, took his computer and shit. Like everybody seen this in the school.
God damn, bro.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That actually happened my sophomore year.
Holy shit.
In high school, there was a teacher. I wouldn't say.
Cheers,
Cheers. Oh yeah, where both of our teachers are pedophiles. Let's put it on the record.
You went to CPS also?
No, I actually went to Niles North.
Okay, Niles, alright.
Niles North. But my teacher, my sophomore year, I was about 16, and this guy was trying to fail me in math class, so I had no remorse for the guy. You know? I mean, he seemed like a decent person. You know, you never expect it from him. But I guess like he would like get the cheerleaders to come to his house and like
the cheerleaders.
You know, the cheerleaders are like, you know, like he had like he was, first of all, this guy was like really ranked high like when it came to cheer. Like he was a strong guy. He could do backflips, acrobatic.
If you were to like describe him, how would he like? Who could he compare him to? How does he look like?
He's kind of like he's like a 5'6" bodybuilder, but like very agile, very fast.
5, so it's 6 bodybuilder.
Yeah, he's small guy.
Is he bald?
No, he's got like comb back hair. You know, he's
comparing to somebody famous, just like a. You know,
damn. Like he's kind of like
yeah, like
what's he like?
I don't know, like any president. Like, does he look like any president?
I don't know. I was like Bill Clinton.
He has Bill Clinton.
He has a little bit. I guess he's got the nose.
A teacher that looks like Bill Clinton. All right, let's go.
All right. So basically, this guy he had like a private club, you know, whatever, and basically he would like play strip poker with his cheerleaders and do all that crazy shit. And the mic just fell. But anyways, so he would do all that crazy shit, and I was like, oh my god. And then midway through the semester, we got a new teacher, and I ended up passing.
Did they explain it? Why?
Not really.
I
mean, there were news articles. There was all that crazy stuff, but like they didn't explain nothing. They were like, Mr. What's his name had to resign for so and so reason, which was like all the reasons that I just explained. Almost gave his name away there.
This is public record, by the way. So
yeah, exactly.
Do your own fucking research, people.
Yeah, guys, do your own research. I'd love to. Believe me.
Don't quote us on any of
Believe me, I'll say this right now, on the record. I would love to give names, but I don't want backlash. So you know what? Let's cheers for that. No backlash, right?
No backlash. Here we go. The glasses got a clank.
Oh yeah, dude, that was shitty. All right, there we go. Decent ass fucking drink here, bro. Yeah, you know that stuff happens.
All right. I don't know. Let's see. One of my favorite topics: gambling.
Gambling. All right.
What do you play cards? Do you ever, like roulette? Did that stuff ever catch your attention?
Not really.
Like pool.
I've been to a casino one time and I spent $40, and then I said to myself, I'm like, God damn, that $40 could have went towards food. It could have been towards gas. Yeah, but
you thought about it afterwards, like,
But we do play a game. I don't know what you guys call it, but in Assyrian, like it's an Assyrian,
Okay.
we call it.
Yeah. So what are you like? Are you mixed with something?
All right, I'm half white, but like European mutt kind of thing.
So half white,
and I'm half Assyrian. But I grew up well with my dad.
Assyrian or Syrian?
Assyrian. Assyrian.
Okay. And
Assyrian.
so what's Syrian?
Syrians are natives of Syria. They're the the natives of Syria, the people that are born natives of Syria.
Okay.
Assyrians are born natives of Assyria, but we don't have Assyria anymore because that's not a country.
Right.
Iraq and all them have been turned into like an Islamic state. So
Right.
Assyrians
So
are
they're just
kind of like the Native Americans, you know?
Really?
Yeah, kind of like Native Americans.
So right now, if you were to say what country it's on, which
like
it's in Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Assyria is like I know that was really bad. Like it jumped after this, you know. But Assyria is like west. I think it's like western Iran, eastern Syria, northern Iraq, and like a little bit south, you know. But basically, my family is from like Basra, Iraq, which is South Iraq.
Okay.
But like my grandparents and stuff are from Jilu, Assyria, which is like North Iraq, you know.
Okay.
So basically, that's what Assyrians are. We're like, we just don't have any more government or no more state.
Right.
You know, we have like a couple of lands, but you know, nothing crazy. The Islamic State's taken over.
I get
but
you.
that's what Assyrians are, for the
Alright.
record, you know.
You see, you learn something new every day, America.
I swear, even on a podcast.
Right. I mean, what else would we call this? I mean, that's the simplest way I could put it. A
Podcast, storming, brain thought,
Right.
you know, whatever it is.
A
But
blog, I don't know.
by the way,
live
none of this-
blogs.
by the way, this shit's freestyle right here. This is all just
Pretty
off the
much
top
just
of your
straight out
head.
of the head.
I swear to God.
Right, I mean. Okay.
You know, what were you doing that day though?
So 2012, it was probably, I was 8th grade. Around April, I was already probably, you know, report cards probably already came out and shit. And BBB, you know.
Trying to hide
So
my
they were-
shit.
right. But you know, in elementary, it was kind of the ones where the parents were forced to go to the school and all that. So.
No, hell yeah. My parents forced me to go to college for my first year. What you think about
Yeah,
college?
What I think about it, I like it in the sense of, you know, adding to your knowledge and your, you know, just your intellect.
Yeah.
I like it in that school. That's how I like it, like, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're talking, what I think about college in terms of a life phase, life
Like,
choice, and
yeah, like
sense of
a
going
choice.
for a career and all that.
Yeah, like a career. You know?
Definitely be prepared, I guess.
Yeah.
Be prepared for it and be ready.
Yeah.
First things first.
Yeah, it kind of depends, you know. I mean, because I did 3 years in college, you know.
Really?
I kind of wasted 3 years of my life.
No, because you still got those 3 years.
Because,
Right.
like, yeah, but here's the thing. Like, college just makes you a better researcher. You become really good at research.
Okay, there you go. See, the intel, like, that's what
I don't regret it, but I don't have a degree in nothing. But now
But
I
you
got.
still got some fucking,
Yeah.
have some outlook. On,
Yeah.
You know.
I went to Oakton, you know, but like I said, I was trying to get my degree.
So what
in
classes did you take?
macroeconomics, micro.
Economics. Yeah, what's an economics class? So what do they teach you? Do they
They
teach
teach you about aggregated demand, aggregated supply, just everything about GDP, all that crazy stuff.
Okay.
And then one time, I was going to Toronto, right?
Oh, you gone to Toronto too?
I've been to Toronto.
No fucking way.
I swear to God, I've been to
Let
Toronto.
me show you something.
All right.
So the Toronto story. All right. What were you saying?
Oh, it's my. I thought you were about to tell.
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
So
yeah,
basically, I'm in Indiana, right?
All right.
And I think it was 5 tanker, which is like people that carry gas tanks, you know, the big ones on the back of the truck.
Okay.
5 tankers. They crashed on the highway.
Oh, were they
And I
on
was-
fire and shit?
No, it wasn't fire. It's just a lot of like gas leak. I think there was a couple semis that crashed.
And cold as fuck.
Or it looked like it. I don't know if it was 5 tankers, but it looked like it. And I'm sitting in traffic. We're in sit-still traffic for 2 hours. And I'm literally just fucking pounding the steering wheel. I'm like, bro, like, I'm gonna fall asleep while on the road going to Toronto, because we still had a long way to go. I was in Indiana at this time, and it was already like 11 o'clock.
And you had to make it work?
I had to make it to the outskirts of Toronto. Toronto,
Right.
yeah,
So
tires.
you were telling me that the last time we talked about how your dad owns a tire shop, correct?
Yeah, we've owned it for
Yeah,
about
so how-
20,
yeah.
25 years.
So explain to me that whole story. from year one.
Basically,
how the idea come about? Who
alright,
started
so
it?
basically my dad was in Iraq, and he wasn't like, my dad was pretty well off in Iraq. His dad
Living
had-
out there.
Yeah, living
He was
out there.
born out
Yeah, he was
there?
born over there.
Okay.
So he's sitting there, and my dad was very well off. You know, my dad was very, very well off in Iraq.
What year was this?
Fuck. He was born in 64, so I'd say around 76. He was like 12. Basically, he worked at a restaurant, and he had just seen a tire shop. He's seen like taxi cabs going in the tire shop, and they're sitting there, they're drinking their chai, which is like tea, English tea and stuff.
Yeah, and this is in
Iraq, yeah, and they're gambling and they're doing all this cool shit. And he was like, you know what? I want to own a tire shop one day. He came to America. He worked plenty of jobs. He was operator for like a crane. He did valet. He did all this shit. He saved up just enough money. And then one day he went to a tire shop. And basically, the guy at the tire shop at the time was maybe making, I don't know, $80 a day. My dad would make about like 200. And basically, the guy would close whenever he wants.
This was around what?
This was around 90?
90, like 90?
No, actually a little earlier than that. It was like around 88, I think.
88,
And then
okay.
my dad had his own tire shop on Clark and Wallen,
Clark and Warren.
which is closed now.
Oh, that looked like an late 80s. You know,
It was big. It was big. It had so many tires. My dad literally had the biggest tire shop in town, dude.
Holy shit.
And then he moved locations to Devon and Hoyne, and that's where we are at now. You know, my dad's had that business. You know, we lived in Chicago. You know, when I was born until I was about 6 years old, we lived in Chicago, and I was always down the street.
So how do you even start the business? Like, not talking, financially and economics.
All right, financial and economics is, if you want to like for a tire shop or like just business?
A tire. Let's say you want to
Okay.
open a tire shop, and
If you want to open a tire shop, and believe me, I've seen tire shops get open. My dad's helped many people open tire shops. If you want to open a tire shop, you need two things. You need a little bit of capital, not too much because it's not like a crazy business. You don't need like a crazy startup. You need the license for a building, and you just need a plug for tires. Like just someone that can supply you tires.
How do you find plugs for tires? How's that hustle like?
It's kind of like finding a plug for anything else. You just gotta talk to people.
Okay.
Just find connects, have connections.
Usually
if you're in the
who are
business, you're obviously like if you're gonna get into the business, you're gonna know people that are in that business because you're gonna need like a.
And
startup.
what if you don't?
Then,
Let's say you don't know nobody. Let's say somebody just randomly wants to start a tire shop, but they know.
then
They
the
don't know.
motherfucker better get on his shit.
Then he and he don't know tire suppliers. Like, what's some advice you could tell them? Or like,
If there's any advice I could tell you, is just look for a place, get a tire machine. Other than a tire machine, you really don't need anything else. You need like a compressor, tire machine. You don't even need an impact gun, but it's great to have. It's great to have an impact gun, but a machine so you can open tires and take them up. Because you can start off with just doing tires for people, like just installing it on their cars and stuff, and just slapping it on the rim and doing this, and then eventually you can have your own tires, and then you can buy new tires and supply it. It's always about a starting point.
how long did it take you to learn how to take out your first tires?
All right. Well, that's actually a really cool story. Basically, since I was about 12, when I was a little kid, I used to always come with my dad to the shop. I've always seen him work hard, whatever. I used to mark tires with the chalk. I knew how to read tires ever since. I don't even remember. That's why I can remember.
Because when you were a kid, you could say that's what your dad was doing.
Yeah, I used to hide in the tires. He was there, and we would chill. I'd be there with my dog or his dog or whatever. And then I asked him, like, "Can you help me bust a tire?" He's like, "No, it's too dangerous of a job. I don't want you to learn it." And he wanted me to learn it, but it was like he didn't want to teach me. I was like, "What kind of like confusing ass game is this? Like, are you serious?" So then one day I'm sitting there, and at the time my brother-in-law, I was about 15. And I was like, "Yo, can you teach me how to bust a tire?" And I'm in my clean clothes. I'm in literally my clean clothes.
Right.
He literally drops a ribbon tire on the ground. He's like, "Pick it up." He's like, "What do you have to do now?" I'm like, "I don't know, you tell me." He's like, "No, you tell me." He's like, what do you gotta do to bust the tire? He's like, "You gotta take the air out of it." So I take the air out, and then I go to bust it. He's like, "No, wrong. No, wrong, no, wrong." I'm like, "Can you teach me?"
Some Karate Kid type of shit, right?
Exactly. And then basically I just learned how to bust it, and then I learned how to bust it on the other side. I put it on the machine, I took off the tire, and I slapped it back on. I did about 20 times that day, and then he gave me a harder tire. Then he gave me a more low profile tire.
How do your hands look after they have tires?
Oh man, I cleaned the shit out of them today, but
It's
kind of like
jazz hands.
Yeah, like I just have like a bunch of like calluses and cracks, but my hands are like leather, dude. It's like crazy. Because over the years, you get calluses and stuff, they start overbuilding. I don't know, I probably have like fucking dead nerves in my hand. I've been doing this shit for about 8 years now,
Alright.
But.
And you're how old now?
I'm 22.
Yeah, 8 years then?
I'll be 23 next month, man. Probably gonna throw my birthday at the club, You're invited, by the way. If I throw it at a club, you're definitely invited.
Fuck yeah. You want to say where? Maybe some people will see you there. Maybe they see you there.
I don't know. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm pretty much not allowed at Tunnel anymore.
I was just going to bring up Tunnel too.
Oh, I'm not allowed there.
How come?
I don't want to get too much detail, but let's just say my group of people, and and the security guards basically had a royal rumble, and it was every security staff.
How did it start? How did it start?
Well, like I said, I wasn't gonna go into too much detail, but I'll let you know this. I'll put it to you this way, and I'll give you all the detail that I want.
Just overall.
So basically, they just wanted to throw one of my guys out. I said no. Okay. My other guy said no. They tried to grab my guy.
So this was the wrecking with the
bouncers, and then it ended up security managers had to come out. Then managers had to come out to the floor. They ended up shutting the club down like 30 minutes early.
Oh.
But we always felt bad,
Crazy.
We felt bad, but I'm not allowed back there. But like I said,
they memorize your face or some shit like that.
Yeah, because not my face, but one of my guys went next week.
You gotta go next week.
They kicked him out. They kicked him out. They kicked his ass out. They were like, "No, you can't be here." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's like, it is what it is. They kicked us out. It's whatever." But I don't know what club I'm gonna throw it at, but. If I do, like I said, you're definitely invited. You're 21 now, so shit. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Bro, I'm not a drinker. I don't drink much. I mean, guys, you see this Smirnoff right here? Badass Smirnoff bottle, by the way. Badass cranberry juice.
Shout out to our sponsors, Smirnoff.
Yeah.
And Delzy.
And Delzy. Oh shit, this is badass shit right here. But I don't drink much. I really do not drink much. I don't even smoke weed. I don't really do none of that shit. But man, my birthday, I had a little bit of Grey Goose. I had like a whole fifth of Grey Goose. I had like 3 shots of Ciroc, 6 shots of Crown Royal, 6 shots of Hennessy, right?
Already last count.
Oh my god, it was so bad. Because I thought because I bought so basically, I didn't even pour myself in a cup. I basically had a bottle in one hand. I'm like, like those like fucking big giants that always just carry around like a whole fucking tank and pretend like it's their little water bottle. I was kind of like that with the drink. I had like this with a pour spout in one hand and one of these in the other, and I was like just sipping and sipping, Before I knew it, like here's the thing about drinking, and this is the best part. The thing about drinking is you drink, and you don't realize how much you drink, and then it starts to taste. You don't start to taste it.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
You think, let me get more drunk. Let's see how I can get. And then before you know it, you're like, oh no, I'm too deep in. Because it doesn't hit you right away. You're like, oh my god, I'm too deep in. And after I didn't know I was too deep in on my birthday. I was like, shit, I'm just chilling. We're playing beer pong. I'm fade away. I'm like, I'm like not feeling anything at this point. And then at a certain point, my head, when I knew I was fucked up? My cousin looked at me. I think it was my good friend and my cousin. They were both walk a straight line, right? Okay. And I was like, bro, I felt like cool. because you feel like loose, And I thought I was coordinated as fuck. Loose. And then I tripped over my one foot, and I just bam right into the wall.
Just straight.
Just like that. I was like, I'm surprised I didn't create a hole.
Where you make like, and I was like,
No, I didn't go face first. I just went shoulder first, and I just hit the ground like that.
You're just like on the ground, or you're just trying to like go to sleep or something. You're like,
yeah. So basically,
you're making like your body's talking to you, like, oh.
I kind of
that's kind of drink a lot of beer and shit,
It'd be like that. So basically, on my birthday, I kind of was like, I don't want to be the little bitch at the party, It's my birthday. So basically, at one point, I was like, my head's fucking spinning, and I was like, so I go to my neighbor's yard. I'm on hands and knees, and I'm throwing up, right? And basically, a light came over my head, and it was like, you're gonna be all right. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, alright.
I was like, Jesus, is that you? And then I realized it was my friend Jesus. No, Jesus was a little bit of a joke, but my friend's real name was like, Josh. His name's Josh. And the light wasn't Jesus coming down, it was actually the fucking street, you know? But it was all nice. And then I went to work that day, had someone in the kitchen whip me up a little bit of hangover drink, which is like club soda.
Yeah, club
with
soda.
Lime, some salt. Oh, you already know, man. But I haven't drank that much ever since that day. Next time I drank was actually at a party you were at. The next time I drank. It was in August. You remember Lollapalooza? You remember Lollapalooza?
Yeah. That weekend?
I think it was the day of Lollapalooza. But it was like, do you remember
in that
the
little
day?
Basement?
Yes.
I think that's a tattoo shop now.
Is that a tattoo shop?
It's a tattoo shop.
No fucking way. No fucking way, bro. No fucking way.
It was across the fast food place.
Yes.
I want to say it was California or something,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
It wasn't too many people there.
Actually,
We thought, because a lot.
Because you just hear about, hey, this punk free crib, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah. And that was the day that Travis Scott dropped his Sicko Mode and that whole album.
Yeah.
We were like, we were just blasting that shit at the party.
But
like,
that's a fucking tattoo shop now. It's funny because I drove around that area.
Dude, that is fucking
hilarious.
hilarious.
And I'm like, isn't that the fucking like a house or something we were in and all that? And it's a tattoo ink. And
Yeah,
got lights in there.
Are you
the whole
serious?
fucking setup in there, bro.
Or it's always funny because you always want to tell a story with super detail.
Yeah.
But you just can't get the detail
You just
of
have
not
to be
being
there.
there. You have to be
You
there.
have to be there.
And
It's.
for that,
Well, it's funny because we had the little ear punk too and shit.
Mm-hmm.
DJs over here, like what the fuck?
Hell yeah, bro, just
And
hitting
then
it.
you would go outside in the little porch area to smoke.
Yeah.
I actually took a funny
bathroom
video.
right
They
there.
had a banner out there put out in the porch at that house.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear to God. I'll fucking find it for you at that.
Damn, that after party was cool.
Okay.
I drank. I was like, I remember taking my first 2 shots. I was like, bleh. It was nasty.
Look at this. This was literally put out in the porch.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I promise you. This is basically the video I was talking about that they had. I was there, I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? And that's that house that we were just talking about. Yeah. It's a tattoo shop now. You should go get some ink down there. Get a whole fucking sleeve.
Yeah, maybe one day.
This cranberry's fucking splitting my tongue.
Dude, I love the taste of cranberry. I love that shit. I love warheads, man. So like that sweetness or like extreme flavors don't bother me. It's the bland flavors that do. Like,
there's lime juice, lime seasoning, lime.
Is that tahini?
Yeah, tahini.
Oh, see, I can read in Spanish too. What you talking about?
It's got the Italian flag. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, go ahead. Just go. Just try it. What do you think about it? Like, what would you put this on? What interesting flavor? What do you?
I probably have it in and of itself. Let me get a second one of these motherfuckers right now. That's fucking delicious.
Yeah, bro, you could put that shit on watermelon.
Well,
like I said,
table there, not bad.
You get a barbecue table here too.
That's fucking delicious, bro. Bro, get your guys self some of this shit right here. Hot cranberry's fucking delicious, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah,
look at that. Hey guys, look. That's how you know, like, look, we drinking more cranberry than we are in the vodka.
Right.
I had 2 things of vodka. I'm feeling really good.
I feel like it's the sugar. It's the sugar rush,
Hell yeah, bro. This podcast feeling real good right now, bro. It's feeling real good,
Plus, I'm having these sweet cream buns, so my mouth is just
it's sugary,
singing right now. It's ringing doorbells.
But it's always fun times. I swear to God, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you've ever thrown like a bad party. I really don't. I really don't think you've ever.
Yeah, they haven't gone bad.
Yeah, man. When's your next one?
That's what I was saying, right?
Yeah, man.
I think I gotta make them exclusive.
No, of course.
I'm thinking of making one. Maybe when it gets hot.
You don't gotta like make a date in front of everybody because you don't want everybody like
No, because those things are always last minute. It's still cold out here. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but the weather's getting nice.
It's getting there. But I'm probably gonna.
You think you're gonna throw another one?
I'll probably have another little session and whatnot.
Hell yeah, bro. Inside or outside?
The way it's looking. Both. I mean, you see it's been done inside and outside.
I've seen it's been inside and outside. I like your outside one. Except for that one day when it rained and you put up the tent. That was clutch.
Oh.
That was straight clutch. like a manual car, clutch as
When
fuck.
we did the little houses, like two.
Yeah, you had the two little houses, and I'm like dancing to the part where the fucking thing meets, and I'm just getting drip strapped on my head, you know. But it was still fun, you know. Everybody came, you know. All the bottles passing by.
You know what I noticed does it usually? What sets the vibe is that there's like beer pong, a table for flippy cup.
Hell
You know, is that type of.
It's always like it's not always about drinking and smoking.
I've always been into like weed and shit ever since, you know.
When's the first time you smoked weed? Give me a story. Let's hear a story of the first time you ever
First
smoked
time
weed.
I smoked weed.
Did you ever talk about it on your last podcast?
I don't think I had.
Alright, let's cover it this one. What's up?
Alright, first time I smoked weed where we went out, got the blunt, and it was a full on.
Age? What's your age?
Yeah. How old I am right now, or when I did it?
When you smoked
Well,
weed?
when because there's a difference when I first smoked weed and when I first got high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give me both stories. What's up?
Okay, when I first smoked weed was like probably around the 8th grade. How old are you when you're in 8th grade?
13,
13. Okay. It was about around that time, a fucking fin bag. You know what I rolled it up with? Gum. You take out the foil off the gum wrapper.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
You know what? I'm lying.
Oh, don't be lying.
That wasn't the first time. The first time I actually did it with a can. Because I remember the time I smoked. Unless that was my second time. I forget it, but I did. It was either one or two. You know. I also smoked it. The first time I smoked it, basically, it was off a can. You crush it up. You know, you crush up the can in the middle, poke a few holes in it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's like some junky shit.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
But at least like you were a kid. It's like different, you know.
Yeah,
you were a kid. You just had to do it with what you got to do it with.
I fucking Google searched 32 there or something like how to smoke weed. There's other shit. How to smoke weed inside your
weed.
So you don't get caught by your parents.
Probably blew it into a fucking air freshener. Or you blew it into the fucking pipe that
a little
fabric softener.
Fabric softener.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
When you're on, to be really careful.
You sit there, you're like one hand and with the other, fuck.
And those were the first times I smoked weed. It was one time in my bathroom, which was with the gum wrapper, and the other time in the porch, which was with the can.
Wow.
And it was all fin bags.
Alright. First time you got high?
Freshman year. So the following year. The first time I got high was a fucking amazing story that I'll never forget. It was with two of my friends back in freshman year. One of my guys, he tells me, "Hey bro, I'm gonna get us some weed. Let's smoke some weed." I'm like, "Oh, okay. What are we? Or you know who we're buying it from?" He's like, "Yeah. I'm gonna get us something. What are you gonna get?" He said he has some White Rhino. I'm like, White Rhino? What the fuck, motherfucker? All right, get it. We give him like $20. He gets a fat bag. Bro, the first time we couldn't even roll up a blunt. We were trying to roll it up in the park. We couldn't even roll it. It was fucking cold.
Yeah, like
and then trying to
excited as fuck, right?
Yeah, and it was a fat bag, so we lost a lot of weed that day. We lost a lot of fucking weed. Yeah, basically, we finally end up rolling it in a fucked up blunt. And we get some fucking hits off of it walking down alleys. Next thing you know, we're at McDonald's and we don't even realize it. Well, I remember I was trying to walk. I forgot my pace of walking, so I couldn't even walk home. I was like fucking like if I had a fucking torn ACL or some shit. I couldn't walk. Like, I was like, oh shit, you know, tripping.
Holy shit.
That's how fucking high I was. I didn't know if I was breathing anymore.
You probably felt your heartbeat, right?
And I remember I had a little bag still in my pocket. Stinking up the McDonald's, bro. Stinking. People were giving me looks. They were eating their cheeseburger and they're giving me this.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
People with their families, like, it was just a shit show of, like, weed,
Dude, it sounded like a shit show.
But it was fucking fun. We were laughing uncontrollably.
And you've been smoking weed ever since?
Yeah. I wasn't heavy. I wasn't heavy on it so I would only do it, like, maybe once a month. It was rare.
Oh, it's rare.
Until, like, I want to say until late senior year. That's when I started, you know, kind of fucking with it as my...
See, but at that point, you're basically an adult. You're damn near like a grown-ass man at that point, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like this fucking little baggie, this shit will last me till like Saturday or Friday.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
so I guess that's how you can say how heavy I'm a smoker I am. It's probably like around what, like 3 grams, maybe less.
It's not bad. I mean, that's
Like
that's
I
not
barely
much.
fucking killed that blunt. I've been having it since yesterday.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you can kind of see.
At least you're not like big into it. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
shit.
a whole fucking Wiz Khalifa.
Man, those motherfuckers are crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
you go crazy.
The people that just smoke every day and all day, it's like, dude, they just at that point you just don't even like your feet on the ground. Fuck that.
Yeah, when you see where it's kind of like the kind of pattern, you know, the kind of ethic habits.
So would you say you smoke every day, or?
Just about.
But not much, obviously.
Basically, not.
Not like-
Basically, if I were to tell you if I could smoke on an all day basis, it would just be like 2 hits every 4 hours or something.
That's not bad. That's just like enough to like get you off the ground
Just
a little bit.
Yeah, just to relax your muscles.
Are you sober now?
No, on a scale of 1 through 10 of how 10
Like-
being sober, I'm probably at a, and 0 being shit faced, I'm probably at a 7 right now.
Okay, you know what? That's not bad.
Because I'm kind of like tired because from work, you know, I've been up since
Yeah,
like
yeah,
5 in the morning, you know.
I've been
I
here
got
since-
this after works.
I got up at like 8:50 this morning. Got to work at 9.
Yeah, so you know, you kind of just get sleepy, kind of here and there, but then you stay awake then.
Yeah, I
I mean, are you pretty active? Like, do you exercise a lot?
Yeah.
All right. So, how's your energy level since you started exercising?
me. Well, on this day, usually what I usually do is I go train nogi, which is a type of like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, whatever. And usually on this day, I have a lot of energy. Usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have a lot of energy. But I mean, if you get up and you're excited about something, you'll have this energy. I was really excited about doing this podcast. I was like, shit, you know,
Really?
let's do this. Yeah, I swear. You know,
This is the first time you ever done something like this?
Yeah, I've never done something like this.
Oh shit!
But I was like excited because I was like, dude, you just talk in front of a camera and you talk about regular shit, you know?
Right.
And, oh,
And drink cranberry
damn,
juice.
hold up.
Glue.
Huh? Oh shit, let's finish. Let that drip little by little. But yeah, I mean, I guess like when you have goals and shit and you have like stuff to do, your energy level will always be up. Even when I'm tired. If you're like, you know what's funny? Like if you're tired and you're doing an essay, what are you gonna do? Go the fuck to sleep, right? But if you're tired and you're at a party, what are you gonna do? You're gonna wake the fuck up and you're gonna be like, yo, we in this bitch. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, why is that, you know? Why is that, people?
Priorities. Yeah. Priorities, man. Guys, if you want to do something, there's 2 rules. Do it yourself, get excited about what you're doing, and it's always like, you know, you always have the energy for it. If you get excited for what you do and you want to do it yourself and you have a strategy, you'll always get it done. That's the point, right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I'm getting a cramp. Fuck.
Oh,
What's good
damn.
for cramps?
Huh?
What's good for hand cramps? How do you
Water.
switch?
Water.
Like
You
drink
need
water?
water. Yeah, definitely.
Smirnoff, you dehydrate the fuck out of me.
You're getting hand cramps, just stretch out your hand, you know, oh, that almost
That's
fell. Alright, if you want to go to school for like, it's I've said it earlier, I said if nursing and stuff, but if not, like you want to chase money, you want to do this. But the problem is like, we've already covered that part. But here's the issue. The issue is like, society kind of makes it like a must, like you must go to college to pass. And they gave it to like our first generation parents, or we're first generation, the incoming immigrant generation, that if you want to be successful in life, you must have a degree.
Yeah, that's kind of the goals, you know? That's
Yes.
kind of the goal.
To a certain extent. But the problem is that nowadays with college being like kind of a big scam, and it's hard to get a job right out of college, you know? And then your fucking interest builds up and this and that. You know, you gotta do it
Yeah,
smart.
the loans, yeah.
You pay off
Very
your loans,
smart.
get your scholarships, you pay off your loans. You
Make
do
sure
this.
there's a lot of jobs in that type of field, for sure.
Yeah, like don't be fucking going to school for like gender studies and expecting like a fucking 6-figure fucking job.
Right
Like,
after that, it's gonna take a while.
like bro,
It's gonna take a while.
everybody can look at a fucking dick and tell it's a dick. Like, just saying.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, holy shit, this fucking Wheats and Smirnoff smacked.
What happened?
It smacked.
Bro, I think the liquor just hit. I'm laughing now. Like, we were supposed to
Yeah.
have like a serious topic and shit.
Shout out to AJ at Real Wicked. Alright, still got your business card. I found it the other day, and you know, let me know if you're still doing films and movies in New York.
What about a shout out to the DJ?
Shout out, you want to give him a shout out? Go ahead, give him a
Yeah,
shout out.
shout out to I think Brandon, right?
Brandon, Free Life.
Free Life, man. That's
shout
what
out to
they're
my
called,
DJ,
right?
Kevin, Slick.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
They throw really good parties. They throw really good parties.
Yeah, we know. You ever gone to a rave?
Rave? No, I haven't.
You never gone to like
No, I
DJ
haven't.
Snake, Steve Aoki?
No, I never.
Really?
You think I'd like it?
Bro.
You think I'd like it?
You'll fucking love it, bro. You'll fucking love it. It's just like everybody fucking jump.
And then everyone's just like in the middle. I love being like right here. Dude, I love this. Great backdrop. Great backdrop. You got the whole...
Yeah,
Alright, just watch the fucking podcast and just zoom in right here. You see this shit right here?
Right now, you're in the train right now and you're looking at this. Which one's your stop? You're going to Blue Line, basically O'Hare to the Loop. Get ready, because it's gonna be stops for like 20 minutes.
The Loop?
And like, just...
See that fucking loop right there? They have a whole fucking map for the loop just right down that way.
Yeah, the Loop literally...
Has its own fucking map.
Section has its own map. Oh!
Were you falling, cuz? You good?
It's my fucked up leg. You know the one that...
Oh yeah, the one that you cut, dude.
Just kidding, I'm fucking drunk.
Oh,
yeah, the fucking Loop has its own map. And shit, so... You're gonna like Chicago, really, if you're not from here. You'll think, holy shit, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah, just remember, guys, if you come to Chicago, there's a few destination spots you have to go to. Madison and Pulaski. 66 in Halstead. That's 79th in Essex.
Right, that's the Chicago you probably see in the news, you know?
Yeah, just remember, go there, take lots of pictures. They love it when you take pictures.
The
shot over there.
What's a good area? You know, we got the Wicker... I like the Wicker Park. You heard about all these bridges falling too?
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy, right?
Lakeshore Drive, man. One of the bridges like separated, right?
I went to Joliet not long ago. Just last weekend. Bro, literally as you're going to Joliet, they also have a fucked up bridge. And they'll have a LED billboard, electric, saying, warning, drive at your own risk. Bridges falling or whatever. It says drive at your own risk.
Fuck around and turn around. Fuck you somehow.
The thing is, you're just going 70, going straight to it. You're like, what the fuck? Am I in it?
Fuck it, right?
You know?
Go for it.
But yeah, apparently it's a billboard for like a petition for it to be fixed or something, but it's fucking...
Well, it should, you know.
No, like we were saying, you know, you guys are episode 2, so, you know, people are still freshly seeing this and all that.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, Mando, you probably already seen me twice by now, maybe more, who knows. Like I say, I'll be your host.
That's the host right there.
Right, I'll be your host.
Just a special guest.
Special guest, Mr. Zach. Say it, go ahead.
Mr. Assyrian Assassin, you know, they call me
Assyrian
Zach.
Assassin.
Follow me on Snapchat, ZachAttack1996, you know, this was fun. I'm not gonna lie. We've been...
Yeah, like we were saying, you know, I'm just gonna try to keep them coming. Where it's gonna lead, I don't even know.
Yeah, you know, he's good, you know, he will be something.
Yeah, I try, guys.
He's a beast,
I
man.
don't know if you guys, you know, could tell, but yeah, you know.
Hopefully no copyright infringements, you know.
No copyright, right? We don't have a management, you know.
No management. We didn't mean to plagiarize anything. You know, we gotta give our discretions now, because if they try to come after us, we're broke, so we ain't got no money. Or at least I don't know about this guy. He might be Mr. Money.
Well, production. Any production team that's willing to like do some work, hey, you're welcome. You want to put a flag up there? Put a flag up there.
Yeah, man. You could fill up the studio. Shoot. Look at that. Look how badass that monkey is, though.
Yeah, overall, I mean, we're just gonna kick it 10 gears. You know?
Yeah, bro. Just 10
the
years.
things I love.
Straight shifter.
See where it goes.
Oh yeah. So shout out to Mando. Hold on, let me Lobo4198. Blow up his Snapchat. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. This has been great. Thank you for having me on your show, man. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
For sure. Fuck yeah.